Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast. Hello everybody. So we need to talk. As you know, I've been sick past couple of weeks, and I've been, having issues with all sorts of things with my health and my dental and stuff like that. And my gaming has slowed significantly. Recently, though, I had guest starred on a podcast related to Doctor Who, and had a lot of fun. And the reason why I'm not mentioning them is because I don't want them to be connected and implicated with what I'm about to say. Um, it seems that the bullying is continuing with me talking about Doctor Who from Lee, who is Problem Being. And as you know, Noel had attacked me months ago to stage a comeback and knock me and my channel, and he made hate videos, and he's made live streams where I got death threats from him. And Lee has released my address and harassed me under different Twitter handle accounts. Well, now Lee, Problem Being, under his real account, came out and made an ultimatum to the people that I guest starred on their podcast that, if I don't appear, if I appear, he will no longer watch, and he's going to do his influence to try to hurt them, which I do not want. So I've decided the way to combat that, regardless of my health, regardless of how bad off I am or not, I was going to do podcasts 100% or die trying. Um, what a way to go. And this is the way it's going to be. I am going to do podcasts until I can't do podcasts, okay? I'm going to devote my 100% time to doing the podcast, and the gaming is going to slow, as the podcast is going to be the main aspect again of my life and on my channel. And the reason for this is because of the lead problem being. You see, I don't like censorship, and I don't like anyone silencing my voice. And because I have bullies that they can't live and let live, they can't just let me talk about Doctor Who, even though I've been around before they existed on YouTube. Noel Zone is trying to be the number one person about Doctor Who, and he's sending his minions to try to destroy me because they want me to stop talking about Doctor Who, and they've tried to destroy my gaming and my channels. And there are live streams under the TARDIS Zone where he's cursing me out for hours on end and saying he would come to where I live and drown me and kill me. And YouTube is investigating that as well. And because that's happening, I had just sunk myself into gaming, but I realized, why give up the podcast that I love? Why give up talking about Doctor Who and the Real Whovians cast? We're nearing the 2000th episode of the Real Whovians cast, so why would I stop doing that? Especially because of a bully or bullies. I've never backed down to bullies before, and I've always faced them head on, and we've had a lot of accomplishments happen recently. Noel tried to use Who War Strikes Back and try to use and manipulate all their content and Wikipedia parody fiction posts as gospel and real info on me. And because he tried to distort their vision, which they have done for years, humorous stuff against me, while I felt it was anti-Matrix Law 2 and 2, they had poked fun at me for years and years and years. They had shut down all of their content towards me. It's sad that people would look at that as real, especially when they said in the content that it was not real. But some people don't know how to read, I guess. And Noel is one of them, and Lee is also another one. So they were all taken down, and I didn't even do anything. They just did it on their own for me, because they don't like Nolan Lee. So that's an accomplishment, even though I really didn't do anything. So now with all that, what I considered hate removed on my name, we still had Lee release my address, which was not good, and then others retaliated and released his address, which was not good, and it just, you can't run or you can't ignore a bully sometimes. So because they want me silenced so bad, I'm going to return 100% to doing the Real Whovians cast, the Everything Show, all my podcasts, because I've always been an advocate against bullying. I've always been an advocate against the evil, the bad Whovians, and I am willing to put my gaming aside to stop the bullying and combat the bullying, and now being my voice, which has always been about Doctor Who, magnified. And they always say, karma, you get it back 3 times. I'm going to change that narrative and make it 4 times. So I'm going to utilize all 4 of my channels. And the main aspect is going to be Doctor Who, as well as stuff about myself. And there's going to be some gaming and stuff. But the main aspect is me. And returning to podcasting with my huge group that have patiently been waiting in the wings, and been very understanding. And I don't care anymore about my health, that I'm going to stop podcasting. I'm going to do my podcast regardless of my health. And when you may see things, you may see, and I'm also working on my health, by the way, a bit, and my dental. So you're going to see changes, hopefully for the better. Hopefully I'm not becoming like the master, decrepit and falling apart, but I'm going to do my best to showcase my members and guest stars on this channel. We're going to talk about Doctor Who. We're going to talk about my news that I get from my sources. And then we'll have Marty talk about his stuff, and everybody else will talk about their stuff. And Doctor Who is not going anywhere. Doctor Who has a season 3 approved that was not revealed to the public. Shooty knows about it, knows he has to film. Russell T. Davies knows he has to film after the War Between the Land and the Sea is done filming. There will be light filming in January. Shooty will be ready in February, and you'll get the announcement probably after, while they're filming, because that's the way it usually works. They usually don't tell you. Just like they weren't allowed to film during COVID, and I said they were filming, and no one went against me, and they did film, even though they weren't allowed to under certain standards. That was lifted, and the BBC allowed them to do it, even though they weren't allowed to do it, and I was correct. And some people couldn't stand that I was correct, and they had a fit. And even now, third time's a charm for Noli, attacking me, trying to knock me to boost himself. It's backfired. It's backfired. And because of Lee, this is 100% because of Lee problem being in the man who says he doesn't bother with me, the man who says he doesn't attack me, has, under his real name, made a statement that he will no longer watch that person's podcast because they had me. And he's going to continue to talk to any YouTuber or Whovian that has me, because he's trying to silence my voice. And all he had to do was leave me alone, let me appear. But no, he's too stupid to do that, him and Noel. So now they made it worse themselves, because now you will see me everywhere. And let me tell you what happens when Matrix Lord 212 gets angry. Miracles happen. Okay. And I've done it in the past. This battling against the bullies will bring in revenue and income because I will find a way to become so much filled with money and magnify it and use it towards my mission. And they will not be able to stop me and they will not like it. That everywhere they turn, they will see my face. And thank you, Lee. Thank you for finally pissing me off today. I thank my fans that sent me a message while I was sleeping and recovering that Lee, problem being, had tried to be a Karen and scream and yell at the top of his lungs, wanting to talk to the manager about me appearing on a podcast, and he will no longer be a customer. He will no longer watch it. So thank you, you bitch, Lee, problem being. Maybe I can motivate you to make a new damn song after 30 years. But anyway, um, so let's go. Allons-y. Hey, Lee, let's go. Hey, Noel, let's go. What's up? You want this? You got it. You got it. You pulled me from my gaming. You got me. Okay. I am going to flood Twitter and YouTube and different platforms with Doctor Who. I am going to flood the podcast, going to flood the streams. There is going to be so many videos and podcasts that my younger self from over a decade ago would be impressed, as I used to make 10, 15 videos a day. You know what? This is the way it is, and I'm retired. Boom. It's going to happen, and you're going to see it. And the people who've been wanting it and loving it, you got it. To my gaming friends, I know you're upset, but I didn't give up gaming entirely, but that will return when I am able to get a new controller and new stuff, so where my PlayStations are working and not crashing, and I have to fix that in order to fix my gaming and in essence fix me. So I'm not giving up on gaming, but I have shifted the goalpost to where, because I can't spend tons of money on gaming, it has slowed, and it's going to slow. But I have not given up. It's just going to slow. And if this brings in tons of income, I could put it towards the gaming later on. I can always go back to it. So I'm not giving up the rankings. I'm just slowing up my effort on it. And this will get my 100% attention, 100% Matrix Lord 2 and 2, and the Real Whovians cast returning to talking about Doctor Who, to returning to the Everything Show, to returning to all the podcasts. There will be people you haven't seen in years. There may even be some surprises. There may even be some celebrities. And all because of a bully. Well, two bullies, actually, that made it possible by just backing me in the corner. And I've had enough. I've had enough of the bullying. I've had enough of people being afraid of my influence and my efforts towards Doctor Who, and that needs to return 100%. I will return to my glory. I will return to the subscribing, all this. And it's funny because there was something that happened that I didn't expect. and it was before the election where this stemmed from. Of course, my favorite people in the world, the doctor, all the doctors, um, and one of the doctors I love, Sylvester McCoy, had on his Twitter spoken out trying to influence the American election. Now, while I don't talk about politics on here, I do follow politics, and I'm very concerned with stuff in my country. And the fact that Sylvester McCoy had used the platform to try to manipulate stuff that's not even from his own country, my country, and made a statement that he's like he wants all Whovians to vote for Kamala Harris, and that Donald Trump represented everything that's against the doctor, and the doctor would be against him. And if you voted for Donald Trump, you would be against Doctor Who, and you wouldn't be a real Whovian. So many words, and it wasn't just one Twitter post; it was a whole bunch, but it was also a whole bunch of people connected to it, magnifying that. And immediately, as much as Doctor Who is part of my life, um, my country is more so because I live in my country. I love my country, and I want my country to be successful in everything and being number one. So, in order for me to do my podcasting, the country would have to be in good states and good stuff, and with freedom and everything, we have all that. So, I took offense to that, and I went against the doctor, and things went trending, and everybody jumped on, and it went to over 350,000 views on Twitter, and grew and grew and grew and grew, and people had attacked me and Whovians, and they said that Sylvester McCoy is very well informed, more than me living in my own country, on who needs to run my country. And it turned out that no, Sylvester McCoy was not very well informed, because the entire country overwhelmingly voted and elected Donald Trump to be the 47th president-elect that will take office in January. So, in that instance, I had said how you really shouldn't alienate your fans in life. People that really do have half a brain do this, and they alienate their audience. And if you think about all the millions and millions of Whovians that are Republican, now you just shit on those fans, and now those fans may be against you and not buy your box set or not buy your product because they don't like the actor that's causing a shift. Or you may not get movie roles because you're just singling out one group. And it's discrimination, and it's against everything the doctor would do. If you remember, the doctor was the Lord President of Gallifrey, and he wasn't into politics, and he ran away from his responsibility, passing it off to other people, couldn't be bothered. If you want to say that he would not save people because they're Republican, that's nonsense. Look at when the master was Harold Saxon and took over as prime minister. Even in the end, with everybody with the guns pointing and the master about to die, he hugged the master, was his best friend. He was willing to get the master out of there and take full responsibility against Union, against everyone, because that's him. And the doctor had even given regeneration energy to Davros. The doctor saves everyone. The doctor doesn't discriminate against anyone. So the actor Sylvester McCoy, who's always reading from a script, never wrote for the doctor. He just was the doctor as an actor, but he does not speak for the doctor, the fictional character of the doctor, on what the doctor would do and wouldn't do, and would approve and wouldn't approve. And no. And sad to say, of course, though, but the doctor did kill his own people. So, and then of course that changed afterwards. But still, you can't speak for the doctor, fictional character, because you were a doctor. So, you haven't been the doctor in ages, and even though you have on TARDIS Tales or whatever, still, you're an actor. So I love Sylvester McCoy still. And I'll still buy his stuff with Doctor Who, but not happy with what he said. And I'm glad that my country is in the right direction, going in the right direction, because nobody wants their country to fail. And even now, I'm being shadow banned. I was shadow banned just by speaking my opinion. Never said who I voted for, but just speaking my opinion about politics. Like YouTube had flagged my video and stopped my monetization. So now I'm dealing with two battles, kind of the bullies, the Whovian bullies, and YouTube censoring. So that's why I have 4 channels and other stuff to magnify my name. Now, as far as Doctor Who goes, you have to have common sense. Shooty knows he has to film season 3. He had cleared his schedule, 2025, to film season 3. He is not stupid. He is not trying to do something on his own. He is not making stuff up. He just wasn't allowed to make that announcement. So they had to edit it out. And it was more so not the BBC, as they said, but Disney Plus or Russell that told them that had to be cut, because Russell has to be the one to announce season 3 is commissioned. Everything you've seen in history points to the fact that stuff is made and commissioned without your knowledge, until after. And people have become so entitled, they become a bunch of male Karens and keyboard warriors, where they feel, they didn't tell me, I need to know if Doctor Who is commissioned. No, they feel you don't need to know. You're nothing to where they have to tell you. But to be humorous, they will say, when they feel like it, that Doctor Who season 3 is commissioned. But stuff is done behind the scenes. The scripts were handed in. The writers were paid to write the scripts with Russell for season 3 on Disney Plus. It was submitted at the end of August. Like Russell T. Davis said, he's going to submit the scripts at the end of August. It was submitted. And you have to understand that if the show was being canceled, they would not go ahead with the spinoff. Filming the spinoff is a good sign, 100%, that Doctor Who is continuing, because you don't cancel the show and then keep the spinoff. They would not be allowed to keep the spinoff. It would be done. Disney Plus would not have any ties to do anything. It would be done. So Doctor Who is not canceled. The spinoff is going on and being filmed. Hello, Liam. And that's 100% a good sign that Doctor Who is doing well. And after they're done filming, they will take a break for Christmas, and they will start filming Doctor Who in January, with shooting being free in February. I think they have to film something with the companion or something in January, some light stuff. So hopefully we don't get a Dr. Light episode. I hope not. I really don't like those. But Shooty will be doing 8 episodes plus a Christmas special. And again, the Real Whovians cast will be here to showcase all the news of Doctor Who. And even if there's not news, we will have my group return and give their opinions. And again, I have to thank Lee, problem being my enemy, for forcing my hand to return to podcasting 100%, because of trying to be a male Karen and bully a podcast because they were mad that I appeared today. And said, I want to talk to the manager of the podcast, and Matrix Lord can't be on your podcast. If he is, I will no longer watch it, and my people would no longer watch you. God bless you, because now you pissed me off, and it's because of you, Lee. It's because of you that I'm returning 100% and putting gaming on the side. And I know what Liam's going to say, but bottom line is, I'm sick of the bullying. I'm sick of the Whovian bullying. I'm sick of the male Karens. I'm sick of Lee and sick of Noel, with Noel's live streams threatening to kill me and being allowed and making money off of it and YouTube loving it. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of the shadow banning. I'm sick of Lee giving my address out. I'm sick. I mean, Liam's my moderator and he knows that's happened, and they've had struggles trying to block all these people that have tried to destroy my gaming streams. Think about that. I'm doing my gaming, not bothering you, even though you're being a bully. Why would you be stupid enough to pull me from gaming back into Doctor Who 100% where you wanted me away in the first place? All right? Why would you do that? That's the stupidest thing, Lee, you could do. And this time you weren't hidden behind hidden accounts. You were behind your account going on that podcast telling them to not have me on anymore. And this is everything I've said about you on these videos and podcasts were true. You constantly do this. Even Noel doesn't know what you do, and you constantly try to destroy somebody when you don't like them. And back in the day, you tried to destroy me forming a gaming team of an advisor, a video editor, all this stuff. You tried to attack Bad Wolf. You threw him off being a moderator for Doctor Who. You don't want nobody to talk to me. And I have all the chats and all the texts of all the stuff that you've done behind the scenes to be a hater and try to destroy me, my name, everything in gaming when it had nothing to do with Doctor Who. But you done it. And you're still doing it. And you're still being a bully. And you're still doing it. And now your name is out there that you've done this today. So Noel will be happy that he sees my face 24/7 more than he streams. I will stream every single day. I will make videos every single day. And it's because of Lee Problem Being. Thank you. You did it. Congratulations. Now you will see how big I really am. You will see how big my group really is. And you will see how powerful I really am. And I will use that power. Many have tried, my friends. Many have tried to take me down. Many have tried to threaten me, death threats and everything. They've all failed. You have failed because you made things worse. Now you have to go and tell Noel that you pissed me off. And now I am doing podcasts every single day until I die. Congratulations. So, we have still all these doom and gloom videos about Doctor Who. I think Mr. H Reviews has kind of stopped talking about Doctor Who for a little while now because Shooty was never fired. All that nonsense was bullshit, even though it was the most successful thing on Mr. H Reviews. And I still love Mr. H Reviews. I just don't think he knows what he's talking about with Doctor Who, but that's what I have to say about that. Hello, Polluted Turtle. So, I'm coming up to my anniversary of doing videos on YouTube. Yes, I joined YouTube in 2007, but I didn't do videos in 2007. I did videos in 2011. December 11th, 2011 is my actual YouTube making videos anniversary. And it's always been about Doctor Who, and went a little way and became gaming for a while, but for now, I am putting gaming on the side, and Doctor Who will be 100% my attention, as well as topics for the Everything Show. We have a lot of stuff to cover. Me and Chris and everyone, Godzilla and the MCU, and Star Wars, and all sorts of franchises. The Everything Show and the Real Whovians cast will be 100%. So, very nice. So there you go. And again, I'm sorry. I just want my gaming fans to hang in there, because never say never. And even though gaming has slowed and it's not the main thing right now, doesn't mean it's going away. Have faith. I'm not going to leave you hanging, and I'm not going to not get the milestone. Well, that's because Liam. So every year is an anniversary. So my anniversary is December 11th, and we shall have many, many podcasts and streams. And I will do a gaming stream with my people if they want. If they got headsets and stuff like that, Pluto Turtle if he wants. Liam, Unknown, Paul Lamb, Super Beach Boy, iDubbbz, everybody, whoever wants to. I'll do gaming podcast. But again, have to return to Doctor Who. The Whovians cast is returning. We will have old favorites. We will have the new faces. It's going to take up my attention, regardless of me not being 100%. This will be the last hurrah. The final showdown. The adventure continues as I continue with what I started on YouTube. Doctor Who. Real Whovians cast every day. New members, old members. So get ready for it. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Daniel, for watching over the years. I can't wait for Doctor Who to return. I can't wait for the Christmas special. I can't wait for season 2. I can't wait for the War Between the Land and the Sea. I can't wait for Christmas special. Can't wait for season 3. Can't wait for Christmas special. Yep. Can't wait. And Children in Need is going to have a thing on Doctor Who. So we'll be talking about that. It won't just be Doctor Who, though, because the Everything Show is returning. And I will start to talk about other things on the Everything Show that I haven't done before, like boxing, because I'm very heavily into the match, the century, I feel. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Going to be talking about that. Especially since always been a fan of Mike Tyson, and I'm a fan past years that they've been on YouTube of Jake and Logan Paul, so it's going to be interesting, really. You know, where I'm going to side with. I mean, Jake Paul, I'm a fan of. Mike Tyson, I'm a fan of. What's going to happen there? It's going to be crazy. But I'm going to do that, and I am pondering getting back into wrestling. I was talking to Daniel, not you, Daniel, but the Scottish Davros, about returning to wrestling. So I'm probably going to be doing that, and I'm going to need Chris to help me get educated about everybody and everyone, and I got to start watching that again. So I don't know if it's going to be where I can go to the events again like I used to, because my health is kind of terrible, but I will try to see where that goes. So there's a lot to look forward to in November on all 4 channels. There's a lot to look forward to in 2025, but we'll get to that later. We're just going to focus on November now, and I'm going to be doing many specials on the Christmas special of Doctor Who. I'm going to have tons of guests as well as members. Daniel, you're welcome to return on the podcast as well. It will be nice to have you, especially on the Everything Show also. And I'm going to be reaching out to my members to return as well, whether it be for one podcast or many, we shall see. But thank you guys for all your support. This has been a podcast just with me making an announcement, returning 100% to podcasting. So if you like what I do, please like, please subscribe, please share. If you want to donate, you can donate to the super chat. You can donate to my PayPal. You can donate to my Cash App. All the stuff, the info is on my main channel. We can talk about Batman on the Everything Show. Absolutely. Not today, but during the week, absolutely, we will. So, Daniel, I will let you know when I can do it, and we will do it. All right? Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Take care. Bye for now.